Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. The biggest stars, gossip, events, and the biggest tunes. Plan B, your weekend fix.
I'm about to talk to the two men responsible for bringing our favourite yellow, incoherent little creatures back onto the big screen. It's the directors and the voice of 899 Minions, Pierre Coffin and Balda. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
And thank you so much for bringing the Minions back. Why do you think the world has fallen in love with these yellow creatures?
Well, that's something that has come up a bit recently because we never really, it was never really planned that they would be as successful as they were. It was always kind of a surprise. But I guess I think it's because, even though they look like little creatures, they have so many human characteristics to them. They're very mischievous and they're sort of naughty with each other sometimes, but they're also very innocent. There's this like irony about them.
Yeah.
But I think that it just makes it possible for people to project themselves onto these characters so they can relate to them quite easily.
And I think on top of that, what makes them like very appealing is also their graphic aspect. The fact that anybody can draw a minion or sculpt a minion like out of Play-Doh, out of chocolate, out of whatever material, makes it like for an even easy go-to when you want to draw something. That's got to be like slightly universal in a way.
Pierre, you voice Kevin, Bob, Stuart, and all the 899 Minions. How did you come up with the voice?
It's very tricky and very low tech and a little bit disappointing. The way I used to do them on Despicable Me 1 was just like, it was basically just gibberish. And then on the Despicable Me 2, I sort of, since the Minions had become like this sort of a central plot point, I had to make the language evolve, and that's why I started like mixing up some languages, like putting a lot of Italian, Spanish in there. And then what made us like really smart in retrospect is that when we started like thinking about what could be happening in the Minion movie, when we started like pitching out the idea like, well, maybe the Minions have been here forever trying to search and serve actually for the biggest evil masters around all across the globe, then it sort of made sense after the fact that I spoke all these languages as a mashup. And it became like this joke about, okay, well, the Minion language, you don't understand it. You understand the melody of it, like the individual words put together creates this little melody that has a meaning. Like if I'm angry, I'm going to say, potato la bona. And if I find you lovely, Sarina, I'm going to say, ooh, papagena la serena. So it makes it like very... it's all about the delivery and not at all about the words.
I was wondering, though, because it is all about the delivery and not about the words, right? But when you do go into that voice booth to voice the characters, what type of script, what type of guidance are you given?
I have literally none whatsoever. I have a situation, and I have the number of characters, and I just... either the conflict or the plot point comes from Brian Lynch, the scriptwriter, or I'm just left with myself about like, okay, well, it's three minions on the side of a road doing hitchhiking, and that's it, and a car arrives. What that becomes in the movie is entirely different. They are having this argument about like Stuart, okay, well, I'm going to do it, you suck. And then he tries, Stuart tries to put his thumbs up, he tries to stop cars, he can't achieve it, and the whole idea in comedic plot point is when he, says to Kevin, like, okay, well, you do it. I don't want to do it. Okay. He's not going to admit he sucks at it. He's just going to command the other one to do it. So comedy comes out of character, and again, I'm not using like proper words to make that understandable. It's all the situation, the visual situation, the melodic quality of the words, and just the way I deliver all these nonsensical words put together.
Has it become annoying now when you go to parties and everyone knows you're the voice of the Minions and they all want you to do a Minion?
Yeah, a little bit, because then I have to tell them, no, I can't do them because I have to be in front of my computer because I speed my voice up. It's not my 10 natural voices. Leave me alone.
This film's all about dethroning the Queen. Any reactions from the palace yet?
None. It's scary. I do watch, behind me, like when I walk in the street, but there's still no reaction. But actually, the Queen we're depicting her as this very cool person, close to the people, who drinks with them and stuff like that, and who kicks ass. So if she's not that way, then I don't know how she is.
Finally, is this the end of the Minions, or are we going to see them again on the big screen?
Oh, very good question. I don't know. Kyle? I have no clue. No, we don't know yet, I think.
We can never have enough of the Minions. In the meantime, we can catch them at the cinema now. Kyle, Balda and Pierre Coffin, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. Your weekend fix.
Number one for music and entertainment.
Spin 103.8.